Were you expecting somebody else perhaps? Welcome to the Reversal Roundup here on the channel. Every week we bring you guys all the latest and greatest tournament results from throughout the fighting game community. Tyrant here this week as Logan is unavailable, but that is not going to stop us from bringing you guys all the latest news. Just a quick one before we get into the video, guys. If you do enjoy the roundup, if you enjoy the content here on Reversal, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Drop us a comment, let us know what your favorite moment was from the roundup this week perhaps. But yeah, it really does help us grow, helps us spread the word of what we're trying to do here on Reversal. But with that said, let's get right into the action. Kicking things off in Europe, Redline Fight 4 Scrambler things ran at the weekend in Milan, gathering Italy's finest Street Fighter 5 and Guilty Gear Strive players for a weekend full of action, along with one international guest, Mr. Crimson. Street Fighter 5 was the main event, and with most of Italy's best in attendance, the question was, who can take Mr. Crimson down? Beating Ghana in the winners finals, Crimson ended up facing Mr. Wolf again in the grand finals this time. Despite a bracket reset after a close first set 3-2, Crimson ended up dominating 3-0 to take the title. On Strive, there is one man on fire in Italy, and this is just further proof of it. After his 4th place at UFA, Jetstream takes the win over friend and training partner Armix, all in the winner's side. Jetstream went on to become the first wanted Italian champion one day later, and he's definitely looking like one of the players to stop in Europe right now. Over the weekend, the Lumina channel ran 3 days of exhibitions featuring players from all around the world with their event, Lunar Eclipse. Friday's action saw Korean Wrestling Man put on a clinic, absolutely annihilating Panic Attack's Miyako 7-0 with his Mario. Saturday saw a number of highlights including Evo champion Jing taking down the best Ayako in the world Taka in a dominant fashion using the maids. The multi-game talented Dragoi is back on Melty and in a close set with Spotty Len got the win. Even the commentators were getting in on the action as a donation goal was met for none other than a Neko Arc mirror match. And we also saw a first to 10 between the best European player Magic Rider using Mario versus one of the best players in the US right now, Scrort Vermillion with Coma. It went to the last game, last round, but it was Scrort taking the set while Magic Rider was in the lead all the way up until the very end.
Now you just have to guess over and over, and that might be the final hit.
Sunday saw an Australian exhibition match as IMO Kirby was seeking some revenge, having lost to How in locals a week prior to the event. But it was not to be as How using Noel took down Kirby's powered seal 7-3. Sunday also featured a France versus Europe team battle as well as a North America team battle. Lots of exciting content coming out of the Melty Blood community right now, so please go ahead and follow the Lumina channel for more information.
Ladies and lads, welcome to...
In Tekken action now, the World Tour continues on, and the finals are getting closer and closer as regionals are happening every weekend to qualify players to the finals in Amsterdam. The weekend saw the South Africa regional finals happening as Callum Bukes' Eddie takes it over Yondaime in a grand final that was unfortunately not streamed due to a power outage of all things. But we got to see a lot of his play in the bracket up to that point regardless. Moving over to the East Europe regional finals, we saw the one and only Gerlanda continuing his dad power-up streak as he took the win against Fran in the grand finals.
Is that gonna be it? Yes, it is!
That's the second Tekken World Tour this guy's qualified for in his career. More Tekken now as One Esports ran the Fight Tokyo Invitational this weekend. 8 of the very best Tekken players in the world offline and a $17,500 prize pool. And with a lineup containing Book, Chikurin, Chanal, Pina and more, the grand finals were exactly what we wanted to see. Ni versus Arslan Ash. The Korea versus Pakistan rivalry continues, and this time the winner is Ni with a dominant 3-1 win.
10 seconds!
Oh my god, the missing punch! And Ni is gonna take it!
Is he the greatest of all time? Ni looks invincible lately.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Granblue Fantasy vs Community League.
Granblue Fantasy versus action now as the Granblue versus League is still running their qualifiers around the world to find the very best players for the finals. This weekend on Versus Asia, the NA West 2 qualifier was taken by Shuabu over Kenora, earning his spot at the North America Regional Finals.
Is that gonna punish? Yeah, it is!
The Northern European qualifier saw Sweden's Svampen taking it over Tuho Juho in winners.
Finishing his food and a clean victory in that final round.
Couch Warriors Crossup is back. The Australian fighting game major ran this weekend in Melbourne, featuring a number of titles. With Smash World Tour points on the line, a lot of Smash was expected. With a pretty cool twist, pools can qualify to 3 different brackets. Pools winners go to top 32, while people who fail to make it out of losers go to the silver bracket. And of course, a bronze bracket is there for everybody who went 0-2. As for the main tournament, Brick Enthusiast lost to Srix at the start of top 8, but then completed a strong losers run to reset the bracket against Srix and take the tournament.
One more hit and the Anvil is going to take it.
Dragon Ball Fighters was a power event and there was one man on a mission, FENRITTI. And mission complete, as he took the entire event without losing a single game in the process. It might also be worth noting this man also won BlazBlue Central Fiction, BlazBlue Tag, and Guilty Gear Strive at this event. With Novix taking second place, the World Tour final spot may very well already be secured for the OCE region. Somniac took Street Fighter V with his solid Bison after a scary reset bracket from ROF's Birdie in a very close grand finals. And of course there was a ton of other games as well to check out, so make sure you go support Couch Warriors, check out their events, always a good time.
You've got to figure out what's going to happen after meeting.
Speaking of Street Fighter V, the World Warrior events of course ran this week with 8 events to go over, and let's start with Canada East 5, as without dropping a single set, Fluxwave takes the win over Joe Umerogan. Funnily enough, the winner of US East 5 was not a US citizen, as Kudo, who is currently living in the United States, took the win over Knuckledo in this stacked event. Finish him! IDOM fell short of this one, finishing 3rd. Asia East now, coming back from the losers bracket, it was Oil King who took the win over Hotdog29 despite losing to him in the winners bracket. Losing in the winners finals didn't stop Chaos to make the run back and win the tournament in a long and intense grand finals against Frozen in South America B. Central America East was just another day at work for Crossover as he 6-0'd Ajax Fidelity in both the winners final and the grand finals to take the win. Central America West saw Todo Kai take the title over Destroy Gods. And without dropping a single set in Spain and Portugal, it was none other than Vega Patch to impose himself as the winner against Alex Siege. And in Europe East, after a rough start to the bracket, Calmal09 kept going and took the run back over both Shady Imposter and American to win the tournament. How long has it been since the last Apex? After a 6-year-long hiatus, the legendary series of Smash tournaments is back. With a staggering 461 players for Melee, history has been made again. Proving that his win at Big House would not be a one-time scenario, Amsa takes the win without dropping a set.
He got one more recovery left. Nice tech, but it does not enough. And Amsa,
having to win multiple clutch game number 5s, he left so many notable names in his path, including Jmook, Aklo, Hungrybox, and finally Zane. His goal is now to be the #1 in the world. Can he do it? We're going to stay tuned to find out. If you've watched the previous roundup, and if you haven't, why not? Surely you would have heard of the new Ultimate Champion. The young prodigy coming from Japan for his first time out of the country, Miya is your Apex 2022 champion over 607 players. We all knew how good he is, but the fact that he didn't even play a Game 5 scenario for his first US major shows all the potential he has to be the champion of the World Tour by the end of the season. Smash World Tour is around the corner and competition is as red hot as ever. Just a week after UFA, Smashers from all over Europe gathered once again in Barcelona for the Czech Republic 6. With its 418 players, we had a lot of representation and expectations towards who the winner might be. Not losing a single set even while facing Mr. R twice in winners final and grand finals. Lugi, the Canadian player currently living in the UK, was the one to take the prize. Dreamhack Atlanta was the last qualifier for Panda Cup, and for it, players from all around the US came to reclaim their spot. For Melee, we even had the comeback of the King, Mewtwo King. He ended up falling short at 3rd place against Colball and SFOP, who ended up winning the tournament. But he still manages to grab a spot for the finals with Colball, as SFOP is already qualified.
Yeah, there it is.
And in Ultimate, the battle was fierce as Apollo Kage and Anathema got their spots. Unfortunately for MVD, he got 3rd place and does not qualify. Despite an impressive losers run, Anathema eventually fell to Apollo Kage with that solid snake, and he is your Dreamhack Atlanta 2022 Ultimate Champion.
Surely do the trick, the clank, and the up tilt is going to do it with the kicks.
Okay guys, that is all we have time for on this week's episode of the Roundup. If you did watch it all the way to the end of the video, I want you to comment the phrase "Logan's Ken sucks" just in the comments down below. Just a little surprise for him to come back to on the Roundup next week. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you do have a tournament you want us to cover, don't forget you can always tag us on Twitter at reversal_GG, or you can catch our live streams on Twitch at reversalGG as well. Yeah, just you know, hit us up on the socials, let us know, and we'll see you next week for some more action. See you guys.